Hi everyone, my name is Perry. If you can't hear me really well, I'm actually at the beach right now. I don't have my microphone, my monitor, my mouse, my keyboard, so I'm just on my laptop. But today I am going to be giving you guys some Bloxburg building tips, just because I think that sometimes people don't always realize that when they're building something, it just sort of like has like too much space and it's not filled, or their lighting is not that well, or they don't even use windows or anything. So I think that I just want to help people. So first things first, when you're building a house in Bloxburg, you should always, and I mean always, probably have a pathway or a driveway leading up to your house, like something like this. If you have a car, you should probably build a garage to put to have your car in there with a driveway leading up to it. So if you have a garage, then you should have like a little bit of a driveway. I usually make my driveway longer than my pathway so that I can move on to the next tip, which is using a unique shape. So I see a lot of people who just make like a box like this and then try to put their house inside of it. But what you should actually be doing is planning out your build as you go by making a unique shape. So when I build my houses, I usually do something like this, and I go back a bit, and I think like, okay, well, I'm gonna want like a plant here, maybe like a mirror on this wall and like a dresser or something, and then I'm actually going to redo this wall. Just make sure that you get a really unique shape so that your house does not look like a big blob. So something like this maybe for the front. I'm just going to quickly make like a little front house layout, which is one floor. But it's just usually, I try to make my houses very unique. I sometimes add rounded shapes, but we'll get to rounded shapes a bit later and how to make them look very nice. Now, the thing is with this rounded shape, it's way too big. I'm not going to be able to fit a bunch of stuff in there. So what you need to think about is on the way is you have to think, what am I going to put here? So like, what room is this going to be right here? Now this is probably going to be my kitchen, so I can expand this out a little bit so I can put like my fridge and stuff here. And then it's going to go back here. And if I want my full kitchen rounded, I can just make my full kitchen rounded just like that. And then you have that. Now, here's a little tip when you're using rounded walls and you like don't want this rounded wall to be like over here on the other side. I just do that, and that is like very simple. And then I just add this or any other things that I need. Now, as you can see, this is starting to become very big, and I don't know what I'm going to put right in this middle area. So I start thinking on my way, like, what can I put? What can I add that will make this more full? And so I just thought of something. I might need an office. And then right here I could add a stairway. Just anything. And making house layouts is super duper simple when you know all the rooms that you're going to want in your house. I usually add second floors, but for people who don't have second floors, here's a little tip. When you have things like spaces like this and you want to put like doorways here, you can just really just expand walls like this and make bedrooms. Just don't make it too big to the point where you know that you cannot fill up that full space. Next tip is for when you're putting on a roof on your house. So when you go to the roof section, I always use the Gable roof. It's a very popular roof. But sometimes with these rounded spaces, you cannot place Gable roof there. So what I'm going to be showing you is you can do like this, and you can make separate gable roofs, which are completely separate from this area, and then watch what that does for me. We're gonna do like this, and then we're gonna pull it up a bit so it kind of looks like these are connected, but they're not. It just sort of does that. And then I want one right here. So I actually like to use two types of roofing for my houses. So when I'm building houses only on one floor, here's my little tip. Also, another roofing tip, if you want to get like a specific shape where it like, if you want your gable roof, for example, to go like under this so that it looks like it's going through it and it's connected, just take off your roofs and like place it wherever you want it, and then it'll end up like that. Turn on your roofs and it looks like it's going through it. That's also just another tip that was not really meant to be in this video. So now for the rounded parts. So I always use a mansard roof for my rounded parts, but I also use a bit of gable sometimes. And the gable roof, honestly, like I said, is very commonly used. It's also my favorite. Another thing is, with this little thing I taught you, you can just fill it up. So it's sort of hard to do it with the mansard roof. So you might want to do like a flat roof or something. Just like that. It's just, as long as you have a little roof right there, your house is going to look great. So here's how this house looks so far from the front, and I'm just going to quickly go around without my grid on and just show you how this house looks with the layout and everything. And see, I just think that having everything that I've added so far has made this house look very nice. Some more building tips for coloring the exterior. You do not want to use bright colors like lime green, but you do not want to keep your house just gray like this. I see a lot of people who on the inside of their houses it's just gray and they add lighting and stuff. But on the outside, I usually like to use like a bunch of different colors and textures. Usually I like to use brick and horizontal planks. They look very nice together in my opinion. So right here I can do like this. And then for the rounded part, I'm going to do like a different color, like maybe cloudy gray. I don't know, it really depends. I'm just going to say you should probably use some very neutral colors. You don't want to use bright colors or anything. Next is coloring the roof. Okay, coloring the roof is not that hard, but some people never get it right. The secondary color is going to be the color you want. Now, here's a little tip to get that color. You're going to click on the wall that has that color, and you're going to be like, oh no, it's going right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the second color, you're going to hold shift, and then you're going to right click on the texture you want right there. Okay, so also you guys maybe have seen this, but when you're on the coloring tool and you hover over something, it'll say shift and click to quick paint. So I hold shift and I left click and it colors with the color I just colored this. So how that works is it's the most recent thing I've colored. Now a little tip for flat roofs, the secondary color is going to be inside your house. So you're going to want to make it the same color as the roof on the inside. So throughout your whole house, you should probably stick to using one kind of door. See, let me show you something that some people make a mistake when doing. Some people will take and use this door for their front, and let me just tell you, that's not a good front door. Yeah, but that's besides the point. Some people will do this door for their front, and then when they're going into a different room, like a bathroom or bedroom or an office or a garage, they'll use a bunch of different doors. They'll do this, and then they'll do this, and then they'll do something like this. And I just think that that's not really what you want to do. You want to kind of stick to one kind of door. So what I usually do is I usually use the French doors, not these. I use the ones that are green. These are the traditional French doors. They usually go by like traditional. So this is a traditional front door. I like using the ones with the side paneling or just the traditional French double door. I'm gonna use the one with the side paneling, and then it has other kinds of this door, like the front door, just the traditional door. And I usually use this for all of my rooms. Unless, like, for offices, I like to use the double door. See, using the same kind of door makes my houses look a bit nicer, and I just honestly like it. Now, for garage doors, I'm going to be honest, you should use a garage door that sort of matches your theme. If you're going for modern, you should probably either use the rural garage door or the frosted garage door, or even possibly the traditional wide garage door. But honestly, for my type of houses, my aesthetic, I usually go for either the arched carriage garage door or the traditional carriage garage door. And for this, I'm going to go for the carriage, and I'm just going to click R to rotate it to this side. Now I can color it. Some mistakes people make is they don't even like color anything. I like to color my stuff with like my pastel aesthetic, but this house is not really pastel aesthetic, you know. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. So I just like to color it just like that. So yeah, it's just completely colored all the same color. Like the doors need to be colored the same color. And now we're going to be talking about flooring. Flooring is a bit hard for spaces with rounded floors, and a bunch of people ask me how I get my flooring to not be like the rounded and get it all messed up. Because what I see people doing is I see people doing like this, and then they're going in and they're going to use like linen, and then they're going to search up like their planks or whatever. And then that happens. No, you're not going to want to put your floor this way. So completely undo even adding the floor. Build floor, manual. You're going to skip over these edges right here. So you're going to make like this shape, and then you're going to go out right here. It's going to say that you can't make it floor yet. So you're just going to keep doing that and ignoring the corners. And then you're going to click enter. Or you can just right click or whatever you do to buy. It's not up to me. I'm just going to search out my horizontal planks, and I'm going to make them linen. And then you're probably like, well, now these are grass. But I'm going to copy that floor. Now I'm going to go back and do the corner. So it's going to round it like that, and it's not going to look as messy. And now, when I turn off my grid and I have all of my floors, I'm just going to turn off my grid really quick. It does not look as messy, and it does not look like it has the like floors going this way and that way. It's just all kind of in a straight line with a little bit around it around the corners. Now for the rest of the house, it's sort of all squared instead of rounded. So I can just go and do this and add my flooring. I'm gonna be honest, I never use the automatic floor placing. I don't like it. Just being honest, but you can use it. Like, see, I'll use it right here for you people. Look. Also, tip for garage floors: do not make it wood, please. Oh gosh, Lord. You should do like concrete, and then you should use like a lighter color, like quill gray or ghost gray or something like that. I'm just saying, do not use like wood or anything. See, I'm gonna use the automatic placing for like these rooms right here. I never use it in big open spaces. I use it for smaller rooms, but never big open spaces like all of these. So now I'm gonna get on to the things that sometimes trigger me. So some things that trigger me sometimes are when people don't add any windows. So windows that I like to use windows that kind of match my style. If I'm doing a modern house, I'll use the industrial windows or the thin horizontal windows, or just any of these that are like dark gray around the edges, I will probably use on a modern house. Now, when I'm making houses using the French doors, my aesthetic, basically, I love to use these traditional double windows, like this. I'm going to use one that has 3 for today. So when you don't add windows that match your theme, or you don't add all of the same windows, it's going to sort of look weird. So watch this. I can put this window right here, but then like I can't use like this window and then wrong window, like this window and then like this window. It just sort of looks weird, you know? So we're going to do that. Also, always color your windows. I'm going to be honest, it triggers me when people don't do that. And now I'm going to add my little roof tile thing. So I'm going to see what roof I have right here. I have the slate. I think it's in light stone gray, and I think that's the slate color. No, I don't think it is. I think it's white. Yes. And then for the cushions on the inside, I'm going to do fossil. And then see, those neutral colors match my aesthetic, and I also got windows. And then I'm going to try using windows that match my doors. So like I said, I like using these traditional windows. So I'm just going to do like that. I don't like to put them close to the ground. I like to put them up high, close to the ceiling. And then I don't like to put windows like everywhere in my house. I just, you know, it kind of just makes me feel weird, you know. Just going to do this and this. And then that. And yeah, that's basically all of my tips for the exterior of your house and the layout of your house. If you guys have any video ideas, please leave them down below, and I make sure to see you guys in my next video. Bye!